We are in the northern region of Benin, in West Africa. The busts of Savé are small round mountains, which remind one of the breasts of a woman. They depict abundance, fertility, life. In the middle of the village, a tree, known here as the eye of the soil and endowed with magical powers, was planted. When the people of Savé traversed a long period of instability, the oracle called on the king to offer his son and daughter in sacrifice to chase away the evil spirits. A sacred baobab towers next to the mosque, surrounded by white material as its girdle. It bears the magic of the elders, same as the iroko. At its feet are all the rituals performed, and the animals slain as offerings to the gods. In those circumstances, the sound of the sacred percussion then blends with that of the drums to be used for the celebration. It is at that particular time that they take on added strength and rhythm. The mountains of Savé were used for defense by the Fons from the south. From the top of the cliffs, they rolled down huge slabs of stone to crush the invaders. The story is told that when the moon is in full glow, evil spirits and wizards of black magic seek shelter there to celebrate their Sabbath. These premises are protected by priests of the fetish with divine powers, and the celebration is being organized to herald the arrival of the king. The mountain has now been transformed into some huge sliding ground. Indigenes of Nigeria, the Baribas, grandsons of Savé, the Pearls and Gitamari, left Oyo to come and settle in this area. Most of the villagers speak Fon, the Kagwas, Uorogis, Dios, Kilibos, Kemos, and Mokas, who have traveled more than 100 kilometers from here, will mingle in the celebration. This time around, however, the divine percussion will not be part of the celebration and will be returned to the abode of the fetishes by the priestesses. This celebration is organized at the king's request by the most powerful voodoo priest, Agani. In the palace, the king is in consultation with members of his court. The omens are good according to the oracles. The celebrations can now begin. In the course of 3 days, dances and ritual will be celebrated. and the main market will gradually become a venue of encounters and discussion. The first songs by the women merge and blend with the initial sounds of the drums. The Parakou kingdom was created by the Savé, who came from the north. There was first Kilibo, Kabwa, then Savé. They settled at Aidadu, which became their capital. A Ghanaian family settled at Savé and produced traditional boilers. These same boilers were previously used in manufacturing weapons. The bicycle wheel on a belt replaced manually operated bellows. Traditional tie and dye are a staple in Benin. The indigo plant gives the material the blue hue that it bears. The linen material, after several soakings, takes on a color unique to it. Children, as usual in huge numbers, hustle and bustle at the main square to watch the process of production of materials for the rites. Cotton frayed with a wooden bow is used for traditional spinning. Original spinning wheels and distaff are handed down from generation to generation. The women embark on their chores to the tune of and in harmony with ancestral songs. It is also an opportunity to engage in an exchange of ancestral fables.
Ayaba,
Children also have their own songs, and in this manner their culture is handed down. The red pepper, a vital ingredient for the local cuisine, is used a lot of times. The market, where virtually any and everything is available, then seeks to hear the sound of the first drums. The procession of the flogged slowly moves forward. The first dance groups take their stand. The Oro is the highest ranking deity. In the past, it was the custodian of life. It unraveled problems and restored order in the society. The god of the mystical wind, it was punishment in the form of flagellation. It has now taken on the form of a ritual dance. Those who are flogged by Oro have taken on a symbolic mantle, a manner of showing their bravery to the king, Idadu Awusin. Women are prohibited from practicing Oro. The first dignitaries arrive and move up to greet the king in his palace. His brother leads the procession. King Uludumari was a very effective hunter. He had 2 sons. In his desire to restore peace to the country, which was then going through a major crisis, he appointed his youngest son, the current king, as king of Savé. He made that choice because of the legendary patience with which that son was endowed. The eldest son became jealous as a result, because the coveted throne was his as of right, he being the elder of the 2. His father explained that in view of his intolerant nature, he could only be given a smaller kingdom to the south. As king of Kabua, in his autonomous kingdom, he never paid tribute to his younger brother. Nevertheless, Idadu Awusin, the current king of Savé, remains the governor of the entire region. Today, the king of Kabua has moved with his ministers to attend, without succumbing, the emergence of his brother from the palace. Exceptionally, the wives of the king in red and blue wrappers are engaged in the kudu dance. This is a dance usually reserved only for the palace. It is a sacred dance. The royal dance only appears when the king wants to talk to people. Occasionally, he is honored with historic songs by the princes. The dance steps of the kudu are peculiar. It is the dance of the royal palace. These women serve as the filter between royalty and the fullness of the spirit of the populace. Ordinary women first pay tribute to the dignitaries as a way of encouraging them to dance. The king's women then mingle with these ordinary women. The first pay tribute to the king's brother as a way of thanking him for coming. In return, the dignitaries make offerings of money and shower their blessings with a fly whisk made of horse hair. Oral dancers then mingle with the women so as to get the dignitaries to make up their minds. One of them then gets up and makes some ritual moves. Everyone moves towards the palace. At the same time, the young women gather together and engage in the Koori dance. The dance is an opportunity for them to be noticed by their future husbands. In the night, under a full-blown moon, these songs chase away wild animals. As if in a game, the young girls who have attained puberty imitate the moves of the adults. With their bewitching songs, they charm the young men. The singing will go on most of the night. The next morning, the drums will sound in the palace. The king has consulted his ministers, and all requests have been accepted. Outside, the Bariba's children are presenting the teke. According to history, the Baribas owe respect to Savé because the mother of Kiekuburu Akwaki, the king of Parakou, comes from Savé. That link is as a result of the union of the peoples of the north and south. The Pearl became involved in the ceremonies through their songs and acrobatic shows. With the traditional music of the griot, they put on the dance of the goose, a display of elegant moves. The market women are not to be left behind, and so strike up a popular song. The children intend to make the drums sound to announce the coming out of the king. It is now 23 years since he last came out to dance with his people. In so doing, the population is absolutely enraptured. He emerges from his magical religious environment and on his own represents the dynasty of the Savé. The presence of his brother also prompts him to hear the petitions of his people. For one last time, the women and young girls in the moonlight urge him to dance. He makes some moves of the sacred dance, the secret of which is known to him alone. The voodoo fetish priests are watching over him. The Agani has brought together all these fetishes and also extends his protection to the people. priestesses wearing the blood-red necklace mingle with them so as to inject magical strength and power. The first fetishes start to dance. Bukos and Yorubas are the two ethnic groups that gave birth to the Savé. It is now the turn of Japone, young girl with mystical powers representing the god of smallpox. It is said that she has the divine gift of reading the future. Shango, the god of thunder, then makes its appearance. It bears in its hands the two sacred otis. In Yoruba, oti signifies the divine baton stick. Attired in a blood-red bogolan with mystical chorals and bells, he goes round the square several times. Japone starts off with the last sacred moves. At the other end of the village, and slightly by the side, there is an invocation of the god of hunters. There will be numerous sacrifices made, and hunters are blessed before they leave so that the hunting yields good results. Tuned like a piece of drama, the legend is told of a hunter who went on his own in search of food and who met an animal in the shape of a woman. Through his incantations and the magical powers of his grigri, he got away with his life. He was thus able to avoid the traps of the woman-turned animal. The next parable talks about the wily nature of the monkey. which was able to escape from the trap set for it by the hunter. The current king of Savé descends from the Afa dynasty. When he dies, he will be succeeded by Akenkayu. Both dynasties originate from the same father and the same mother.